Well, you know, I'm going to push back on that because I'm in a lot of courtrooms, Michael, and I know you do a masterful job, but he was receiving a lot of objections from the state with misstatement of evidence and bringing up things that were not in evidence. And then he kind of lost me with the Chicago Tylenol scare from 1984. I didn't quite understand that. So can you explain it to me?
Yeah, I actually would love to explain that. So my first felony trial when I was a young attorney, I was defending a rape trial. There were two defendants. I was representing one, and the other one, there was a conflict of interest. He had to find another attorney. He found a former judge, right? And the former judge obviously was in his 70s. I was in my 20s. So obviously, you know, he had more experience than me at the time. He came in, and the chief witness was the victim, and we had found out that she had did many years for attempted murder, and she was a pathological liar. But we could not introduce it into evidence. And so I was reading the rule book, and I was telling the former judge, hey, we can't introduce this into evidence. He said, young man, here's what we're going to do. We cannot introduce it into evidence, but I'm going to do it anyway. And I'm going to get an objection, but it doesn't matter because at that point, the trier of fact has heard what I wanted them to hear. And when they go into the jury box, they're going to go in there knowing they cannot unhear that she did 15 years for attempted murder. They cannot unhear it. And they're going to have heard it, and they're going to go in there, and then her credibility is going to be destroyed. He did it. He got yelled at. He got admonished by the judge. We ended up getting an acquittal. I obviously can't prove to you that that's why, but that was a chief piece of evidence. So my answer to you is, you're right. But you know, he wanted the jury to say, hey, he wanted to make it personal, give them a visceral representation that, hey, yeah, I would not take that Tylenol bottle, that pill from the Tylenol bottle, and so perhaps I should not convict this man because there might be a chance that he didn't do it. So that's really what he was going at, but he was getting a lot of objections because he was going over the line intentionally.